The Mavericks are going to be insane next year. Last night, the Mavericks beat the Hawks 120-118, and let me tell you, it was insane. Anthony Davis was the star, putting up 34 points, 15 rebounds, and 5 blocks. He really showed up, scoring from everywhere, down low, mid-range, and even hitting 2 3-pointers. His game-winning floater with 3.4 seconds left gave Dallas the lead, and he even stepped up on D to stop Trae Young and secure the win. Derek Lively made his return after dealing with an ankle injury and played 16 minutes. He didn't do a lot, just 4 points and 5 rebounds, but he looked solid out there and didn't re-injure himself, which is a huge win for the Mavs. Dallas's offense was on fire, shooting 53.5% from the field and 45.5% from 3. Spencer Dinwiddie and Klay Thompson were key contributors, combining for 31 points with 7 of 14 threes. Thompson's clutch 3-pointer tied the game late, setting up Davis's heroic. Now, it wasn't all perfect. The Mavs' defense was pretty rough, and the fourth quarter got messy. But hey, a win's a win. With the Kings losing earlier in the day, Dallas now has a game-and-a-half lead for the 9th seed. They've got a lot to clean up, but this was a big win. Now here's the thing. The Mavs may not be what we hoped this year, but next year, everything will change. Anthony Davis has been an absolute beast for the Mavericks when healthy this season. When he's on the court, he's been putting up serious numbers across the board, making his presence felt on both ends of the floor. With the Mavericks, he stepped up in a big way, showing why he's one of the league's premier two-way players. Let's start with his scoring. Davis has posted an impressive true shooting percentage of 58.9%, which is solid for a big man. His effective field goal percentage sits at 53.9%, thanks to his ability to score from the mid-range and even beyond the arc. He's hitting about 29.5% from 3. He's been really efficient in the paint, and he knows how to get to the free throw line too, boasting a free throw rate of 27.5%, which leads to him averaging 6 free throws per game at a 77.7% clip. But it's not just about scoring. Davis has been dominating the glass, especially on the defensive end. He's grabbing 11.6 rebounds per game with 8.1 defensive rebounds, which is huge for Dallas's transition game. His defensive rebound percentage is a solid 30.6%, showing how valuable he is at securing boards and cleaning up the glass. He also ranks in the top 10 among NBA centers for total rebound percentage at 18%, making him one of the best in the business at this. Defensively, Davis has been nothing short of a rim protector. He's averaging 2.1 blocks per game, and his block percentage stands at 5.9%, which is among the best in the league. Opponents are shooting 7.5% worse at the rim when Davis is defending them, and his defensive win shares are projected to hit 2.8 for the season. That's a massive impact on the defensive end, helping keep opponents from scoring easy baskets in the paint. By the way, if you guys enjoy these deep dives I'll be posting every day during the season, I genuinely appreciate if you could subscribe. Thanks. Anyways, Davis. His playmaking has also taken a step forward this season. He's averaging 3.4 assists per game, a career high, and his assist percentage of 22.5% shows he's not just a scoring machine, but a facilitator for his teammates too. He's also doing a great job protecting the ball, with a turnover percentage of just 5.4%, which is extremely low for a high-usage big man. Looking at his on-off-court impact, the numbers don't lie. With Davis on the floor, the Mavericks are significantly better, posting a net rating of plus 8.1. Their defense drops off without him, with the team's defensive rating being 106.9 when he's playing, compared to 112.4 when he's off. His impact is clear. When he's in the game, the Mavs are a much stronger team. In his last 5 healthy games, Davis has been lighting it up. Against the Hawks, he dropped 34 points, 15 rebounds, and 5 blocks, shooting an amazing 60.9% from the field. Even in games where his scoring hasn't been as efficient, like against the Magic, where he shot just 26.3% from the field, his defense has remained elite, making sure he's still a game changer in other ways. Injury-wise, Davis has been a bit up and down, but when he's been healthy, he's been giving the Mavs everything they could ask for. Before his injury, he was averaging 24.8 points, 11.2 rebounds, and 3 assists per game in just over 32 minutes per game. Since coming back, he's been putting up stellar numbers, with a player efficiency rating of 26.5, ranking in the top 15 in the NBA. He's finding his rhythm after the injury, and with a full season under his belt next year, it's scary to think how good he could be. Looking ahead to next season, once Davis is fully healthy and has had time to settle in with the Mavericks, there's no doubt he'll continue to elevate his game. His offensive efficiency will likely improve as he builds more chemistry with his teammates, and his defense will remain one of the best in the league. With a full season, we could see even more dominant performances from him, and his ability to impact both sides of the floor will continue to be a huge asset for Dallas. When Davis is healthy, he's been a game changer for the Mavericks. His elite rim protection, rebounding, scoring efficiency, and improved playmaking make him one of the most well-rounded players in the league. If Dallas can keep him healthy and get a full season out of him next year, they'll have a legitimate superstar on their hands who can help lead them deep into the playoff. The future looks bright with Davis on the roster, and it's only going to get better from here. And another thing, Kyrie will be back next year. Kyrie was having an outstanding season for the Mavericks before his injury. His performance was a perfect blend of elite scoring, playmaking, and solid defense. Over the course of the season, he averaged 24.7 points, 4.8 rebounds, and 4.6 assists per game, all while shooting an impressive 47.3% from the field, 40% from three, and 91.6% from the free throw line. That's some serious efficiency. And he's one of only 2 players in NBA history to average 20 plus points, 40% plus from three, and 90% plus from the free throw line in 5 different seasons. His true shooting percentage was a stellar 60.8%, making him one of the most efficient guards in the league. In clutch situations, Kyrie showed he's built for the big moments, shooting 52% in the final 5 minutes of close games, including a jaw-dropping 42-point game against the Warriors, where he hit 70% of his three-pointers. On the playmaking side, he improved his decision-making, posting an assist-to-turnover ratio of 2.5 and averaging 4.6 assists per game. This shows he was taking care of the ball and getting his teammates involved. His on-off impact was also impressive, with the Mavericks offense improving by 7.1 points per 100 possessions with him on the floor. Defensively, Kyrie showed growth too. He averaged 1.3 steals per game, ranking in the top 15 among guards, and his defensive rating was 107.9 when he was on the court. That's a solid improvement compared to his past years, where defense was often seen as his weak spot. His ability to guard both backcourt positions made him versatile, giving the Mavericks a valuable option on that end of the floor. Now, moving forward, with Anthony Davis as the focal point for Dallas, Kyrie is primed to thrive as the second option. Kyrie's elite spacing, hitting 40% from three, will open up lanes for Davis, allowing him to attack the paint more effectively. Kyrie's playmaking will complement Davis's rim running, making them a dynamic duo in pick-and-roll situations. With Davis anchoring the defense, Kyrie can focus on offensive creation and continue to be one of the league's best shot makers without having to carry as much of the defensive load. Looking ahead, Kyrie is projected to put up between 22 and 24 points per game with 5 assists in 32 to 34 minutes per game, especially early in the season while he's getting back to full health. If he's fully recovered by mid-season, there's a real chance he could mirror the numbers he posted in the 21 season with the Nets, where he averaged 27 points per game, 6 assists, and posted 50-40-90 splits. But what makes Kyrie truly special as a second option is his history of success in that role. We've seen it before. In 2016, he played second fiddle to LeBron James on the Cleveland Cavaliers and delivered one of the most iconic clutch shots in NBA history, the game-winning three-pointer in Game 7 of the NBA Finals. That finals run saw him average 27.1 points per game, 3.9 assists, and shoot 40% from three. His ability to perform under pressure has always been one of his trademarks. Fast forward to last year, and Kyrie was instrumental in the Mavericks' playoff run with Luka Doncic. Despite being the secondary star, he averaged 25.6 points, 5.2 assists, and 41% from three during the playoffs, including a 48-point performance in Game 6 to help Dallas clinch the Western Conference. He proved once again that as a second option, he can step up and deliver in the biggest moments. In fact, Kyrie is one of only 5 players in NBA history to have multiple seasons where he averaged 25 plus points per game as a second option, joining the likes of Paul Gasol, Scottie Pippen, Kevin McHale, and Klay Thompson. His playoff true shooting percentage as a second option is 58.9%, which is higher than his career average of 57.4%. This efficiency as a secondary player is a huge reason why he's been so successful alongside other superstars. Kyrie's ability to excel as a second option is proven, and as Anthony Davis's sidekick, he'll be a perfect complement. Davis's ability to dominate in the paint will allow Kyrie to stretch the floor and create opportunities from the perimeter. His playmaking will provide balance to Dallas's offense, and his leadership will help steady the team during key moments. Next season, Kyrie's role will be crucial for Dallas championship hopes. As a secondary option behind Davis, he'll have the chance to play to his strengths while also taking some of the offensive load off of Davis. His scoring, playmaking, and ability to perform in clutch moments will make him an integral piece in Dallas's pursuit of a title. Kyrie was having an outstanding season before his injury, and with a full recovery, he's set to continue being one of the most dangerous second options in the league. His combination of scoring, playmaking, and leadership will be key to Dallas's success next season as they look to build around Anthony Davis and make a serious push for the championship. With a proven track record of success as a secondary star, Kyrie will be a major asset for the Mavericks moving forward. And plus, Dereck Lively will only have another season under his belt. Dereck Lively has been a revelation for the Dallas Mavericks this season, showing why he's one of the most promising young centers in the league. Despite missing 36 games due to a right ankle stress fracture, Lively has made a significant impact when healthy, especially on the defensive end. His per-game stats speak for themselves. 9 points, 7.8 rebounds, 2.6 assists, and 1.7 blocks in 23.8 minutes per game. He's been an elite presence on both sides of the ball. On the offensive end, Lively's efficiency has been outstanding. He's shooting 70% from the field, an impressive figure for a center, and his true shooting percentage is a ridiculous 70.4%, ranking in the top 5 among centers. His shooting efficiency is complemented by his ability to finish around the rim. He's a monster in the pick and roll, shooting an insane 83.3% on dunks and lobs, thanks to his chemistry with the Mavericks stars like Kyrie. As a screen assist leader, Lively has also shown he can create scoring opportunities for his teammates, averaging 8.2 points per game via screens. Lively's defense has been just as impressive. He averages 1.7 blocks per game and holds opponents to just 48.2% shooting at the rim, which is 5% below the league average. His ability to protect the basket has anchored Dallas's defense, where they have a defensive rating of 106.9 when he's on the floor. His block percentage of 6% ranks 8th in the NBA, and his defensive win shares are 1.9, even with the missed games. Despite his injury setbacks, Lively's pre-injury stretch was excellent. From December to January, he was averaging 10.7 points, 8.1 rebounds, 3.1 assists, and 2 blocks in 23.6 minutes per game. His return to the court on April 2nd showcased his defensive presence, even though he was limited to 16 minutes. Posting a plus 1.7 net rating in that game. Looking ahead to next season, Lively is expected to take a major leap. His expanded offensive role is one area where he can grow, with potential for a short corner jumper and the possibility of developing his high post passing. He's already shown he can pass effectively, with a career high of 2.6 assists per game, and the Mavericks may experiment with getting him more involved in creating plays for teammates. His rebounding will remain a key strength, as he's already in the top 10 among centers in offensive rebound rate at 14.1%, and he's had a career high 16 rebounds in a game against the Portland Trail Blazers in January. On defense, Lively's pairing with Anthony Davis could form one of the best rim protection duos in the league. Davis' elite shot blocking ability, combined with Lively's defensive presence, would give the Mavericks a top-tier defensive front court. With Davis's leadership, Lively has the opportunity to refine his defensive skills and potentially guard elite wings in switch schemes, thanks to his 7'1" wingspan. Together, they could form a formidable defensive unit that can stifle any opponent. As for his durability, staying healthy will be key for Lively in the coming years. If he can avoid the injury problems that limited his playing time this season, there's no doubt that his impact on both ends of the floor will only grow. The Mavericks will need him to stay on the court and continue his development in order to reach their championship aspirations. Statistically, Lively's conservative projections for next season are 11 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 blocks per game in 28 minutes per game. His upside is even higher. If he improves his free throw shooting, currently 63%, he could easily average 12 plus points per game and become a bigger scoring threat. His role will likely expand, and he could see more closing time minutes as his offensive game evolves. Lively's potential ceiling is immense. His play style and production are reminiscent of Clint Capela, but with an added dimension as a passer and a higher level of efficiency. His elite rim protection, combined with his ability to contribute offensively as a lob threat and screen setter, gives him the tools to become a top-tier center in the NBA. Looking at his rookie season, in the 24 playoffs, he averaged 7.9 points, 7.4 rebounds, and 1 block per game as a rookie, showing he's already capable of contributing in high-stakes games. His efficiency in the postseason was evident. Dereck Lively has confirmed his status as one of the most promising young centers in the NBA. His combination of elite efficiency, rim protection, and rebounding has already made a significant impact for Dallas. And with continued development, he has the potential to be a key piece for the Mavericks' future. As Lively grows, his role will expand, and alongside Anthony Davis, he could form one of the best defensive front courts in the league. Lively is a player to watch in the coming seasons. His growth and development will be pivotal for the Mavericks as they chase a championship. But then I want to talk about Naji Marshall. Naji Marshall has taken full advantage of his expanded role, and it's clear this experience will benefit him tremendously going into next year. With injuries to key players like PJ Washington, Anthony Davis, and others, Marshall stepped into a starting role and delivered career-high numbers across the board. His per-game stats reflect this increased opportunity: 13.2 points, 4.9 rebounds, 2.9 assists, and 1 steal per game, all while playing 27.5 minutes per game. He's shown great versatility on both ends of the court and has thrived with more responsibility. One of the standout aspects of Marshall's season has been his scoring surge. Over the last 10 games, as a starter, he's been averaging 17.5 points, 6.5 rebounds, and 3.6 assists. His performance on March 25th against the New York Knicks was a career highlight, where he put up 38 points, 7 rebounds, and 1 steal, shooting 70% from the field. This game, in particular, showcased his ability to carry an offensive load and step up when needed. His shooting splits this season have been solid: 50.8% from the field, 27.5% from 3, and 81.7% from the free throw line. While his three-point percentage has been a bit low, his ability to finish at the rim, 61% on 2-point shots, remains a strength, and he's still a significant scoring threat. On the defensive end, Marshall has made his mark as well. He's averaging 1 steal per game and is capable of guarding multiple positions. His defensive impact is evident in the Mavericks' improved defensive rating, which improves by 3.5 points when he's on the floor. Marshall's ability to disrupt passing lanes and defend elite wings makes him a valuable asset in Dallas defensive schemes. His switchability and energy on that end have been huge for the Mavericks, and he's proven that he can step up defensively when called upon. Marshall's clutch performance has also been a notable part of his game. He's shooting 52% in clutch minutes, the final 5 minutes of games within 5 points, proving he can handle pressure situations. This is key for his development as a reliable option in high-leverage moments, especially moving into next season. Given all the opportunities he's had this season due to injuries, Marshall has made a strong case to be a consistent part of the Mavericks' rotation next year. Having started 26 games out of the 64 he's played, he's demonstrated he can handle starter-level usage. With a 20% usage rate, a career high, his expanded role has allowed him to develop as a secondary facilitator, with his assist percentage rising to 15.6% this season, and he's shown that he can create for others while also contributing on the scoring end. Looking to next season, it's likely that Marshall will secure a permanent role as a 6th man or even a spot starter, depending on roster changes. His current trajectory suggests that he could average 14 to 16 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 3.5 assists in 28 to 30 minutes per game. If his three-point percentage improves to around 35%, he'll become a more complete 3-and-D wing, making him an even more valuable piece for the Mavericks. Marshall also gained valuable playoff experience in the 24 playoffs, where he averaged 9 points and 2.8 rebounds in 21 minutes per game. His ability to contribute in the postseason, albeit in a small sample, bodes well for his future. As the Mavericks look to build a title-contending team, Marshall's growth this season will allow him to play a more significant role in high-leverage situations next year. One of the most important aspects of Marshall's development is his confidence. Playing extended minutes and starting games has allowed him to settle into his role, and the experience he's gained this season will be crucial for his growth moving forward. With more time on the court, Marshall will continue to develop his offensive game, improve his playmaking, and refine his three-point shooting. His versatility on both ends of the floor makes him a perfect fit for Dallas as they look to round out their roster with complementary pieces around their star players like Davis and Kyrie. Naji Marshall has proven himself as a high-energy two-way wing with a lot of untapped potential. His expanded role this season has shown that he can handle starter-level minutes and contribute significantly on both ends of the floor. His growth as a scorer, playmaker, and defender makes him an important piece for Dallas moving forward. As he continues to develop and refine his game, expect him to be a key rotation player next season, with the potential to become an elite 3-and-D wing if he can improve his three-point shooting. His experience this season, especially in clutch moments, will prepare him for high-leverage situations in the future, and he's a player to watch as he continues to grow in Dallas. But then let's talk about PJ. PJ Washington has had a solid season with the Dallas Mavericks, playing a crucial role as a versatile forward, with averages of 14.8 points, 7.8 rebounds, 2.3 assists, 1.1 blocks, and 1.1 steals per game in 32.4 minutes per game. Washington has proven to be a well-rounded contributor on both ends of the floor. His shooting splits of 45% from the field, 37.8% from three, and 73.6% from the free throw line reflect his ability to space the floor, but there's room for growth in consistency and efficiency. One of his key strengths this season has been his ability to stretch the floor as a stretch four, hitting 37.8% of his three-point attempts on 4.2 attempts per game. This ability to space the floor has been crucial, particularly alongside stars like Davis and Kyrie, as it helps open up driving lanes and creates more room for the offense. Washington has also been effective in the post and with mid-range shots, shooting 49% on two-point field goals, and his ability to finish off putbacks gives the Mavericks a solid scoring option in the paint. Defensively, Washington has proven to be a valuable asset with his ability to guard multiple positions. He's effective at switching across the floor, able to guard 1 through 5, and he averages 1.1 steals and 1.1 blocks per game. His defensive impact is felt most around the rim, as he holds opponents to 48.2% shooting at the basket, which is above average for power forwards. His ability to switch on pick and rolls and cover different positions gives the Mavericks the flexibility to use him in various lineups, including small ball 5 setups, where he can fill in at center in a more switch-heavy defensive scheme. Washington's ability to step up in clutch moments has also been impressive. He scored 20-plus points in 15 games this season, including a standout performance with 38 points against the Detroit Pistons. His shooting ability in crucial moments, especially from beyond the arc, has made him a reliable option when the Mavericks need scoring. However, his inconsistency has been a concern, as he has games where his field goal percentage drops below 40%. This inconsistency affects his overall efficiency and limits his ability to be a consistent third or fourth option for Dallas. Washington's role for the Mavericks next season will likely evolve. He's expected to be the third or fourth option on the offensive end behind Kyrie and Anthony Davis. His versatility will allow him to be a valuable asset as a small ball 5, where he can provide more floor spacing and defensive flexibility. His current trajectory suggests that he could average between 12 to 14 points, 7 to 8 rebounds, and 2.5 assists per game in 28 to 30 minutes per game next season, especially if his three-point shooting improves. If he can push his three-point percentage to over 40%, his offensive value would increase, and he could become a more consistent scoring threat, particularly with corner 3 opportunities. There are areas where Washington will need to improve to fully reach his potential. Defensive discipline will be crucial. Although he has shown promise as a versatile defender, he still struggles with off-ball awareness at times, particularly with missed rotations and rebounding focus. His rebounding percentage is decent, but he could benefit from improving his focus and positioning on the glass. Additionally, his playmaking could see growth, as his assist percentage has been 9.9%, which is on the lower end for a high-usage forward. Developing a more consistent, short-roll passing game would allow him to be more effective in pick-and-roll situations, where he can take advantage of defensive rotation. Washington's ceiling is fairly clear. He has the potential to be a Draymond-type player with better scoring. As a 3-and-D wing, he can space the floor with his shooting and defend multiple positions. His 23 season with the Hornets, where he averaged 15.7 points and 4.9 rebounds, remains his best individual season. If he can put together a more consistent shooting campaign and improve his defensive focus, he could push toward becoming an elite role player who fits perfectly alongside the Mavericks' star players. In last year's playoffs, Washington showed his value, averaging 13 points and 6.6 rebounds in 21 minutes per game, contributing in key moments. The postseason experience he gained will be invaluable as the Mavericks look to compete for a championship next season. His ability to stay calm under pressure and contribute in various areas of the game makes him a valuable piece of the Mavericks rotation. Looking forward to next year, Washington's role will be largely dependent on his ability to improve his consistency and his three-point shooting. With Kyrie driving the offense and the addition of Anthony Davis, Washington's job will be to complement those stars by spacing the floor, providing defensive versatility, and making key contributions when needed. If he can improve his three-point percentage, particularly on corner threes, and maintain his defensive presence, he could be a key player for Dallas as they look to make a deeper playoff run. PJ Washington has proven his value this season as a versatile and reliable forward. With a little more consistency and development, especially in his shooting and defensive awareness, Washington has the potential to be a key contributor for the Mavericks next season. He fits well in their system and has the skill set to be a crucial piece of a championship caliber team moving forward. But lastly, let's talk about Klay. Klay Thompson has continued to be a reliable shooter for the Dallas Mavericks this season, though his role has evolved. He's averaged 14.4 points, 3.6 rebounds, and 2.1 assists in 27.6 minutes per game. While his overall numbers aren't at the same level as his peak years, Thompson remains an elite three-point shooter with 39.3% from deep on 7.8 attempts per game, ranking in the top 15 in the NBA for three-pointers made. His true shooting percentage sits at 55.4%, which is solid for a role player, even though it's a slight decline from his peak. Thompson's strength continues to be his elite catch-and-shoot ability. He's hitting 42.1% of his open threes, with a defender 4 or more feet away, and in clutch moments, the final 5 minutes of a game within 5 points, he's shooting an impressive 55.6% from 3. His ability to stretch the floor is a huge asset to Dallas, especially alongside stars like Davis and Kyrie. Thompson's off-ball gravity has been a key factor in improving the Mavericks' offensive rating, which jumps by 4.2 points per 100 possessions when he's on the floor. This spacing creates lanes for drives and allows the Mavericks to open up their offense even more effectively. However, Thompson's defensive impact has seen a decline. His lateral quickness has regressed, and his defensive RPM, real plus minus, has dropped by minus 1.2. This has led to a bit of a vulnerability for him on that end, especially when having to guard quicker players or stay in front of them off the dribble. Additionally, he's shown some inconsistency in his shooting, hitting 25% or worse from 3 in 22 games this season, which is rare, but still a concern for a shooter of his caliber. He's also been more limited in his playmaking this season, posting just 2.1 assists, which is the lowest of his career. Looking ahead to next season, Thompson's role will likely be hyper-focused on spot-up shooting, with a potential drop in his usage rate from 22.1% this year to around 18 to 20%. Thompson will primarily be tasked with spacing the floor and knocking down open shots, a role he excels in. His responsibility will be simplified compared to his past years, where he was more involved in offensive creation. He could average between 12 to 14 points per game, while still shooting at a 40% clip from 3 and contributing around 2 assists in 25 minutes per game. His upside in this role could be even higher, as he could mirror the success of Kyle Korver during his 2015 season, where Korver averaged 15 points per game on 42% shooting from 3 in a similar catch-and-shoot role. Thompson's synergy with the Mavericks stars will be a huge benefit moving forward. In pick-and-roll situations with Davis and Kyrie, Thompson's spacing will help open up lanes for their drives, creating even more opportunities for the team. Additionally, with the Anthony Davis addition, Thompson could become a key recipient of kickouts when defenders collapse on Davis in the post. His ability to capitalize on open shots will make him a vital piece of Dallas's offensive game plan. In terms of historical context, Thompson is still one of the greatest shooters in NBA history. His performance in the 23 season, where he shot 41.2% from 3 on 10.6 attempts per game, shows that he's still capable of being elite from deep. Thompson also holds the NBA record for most playoff games with 8 or more three-pointers, a testament to his ability to perform in the biggest moments. However, his ceiling is likely now more aligned with a high-volume, low-creation role like Duncan Robinson, who thrives as a specialist. While Thompson may not be creating his own shot as much anymore, he's still one of the best in the business when it comes to catch-and-shoot opportunities. Thompson's role next season will be key for the Mavericks as they look to make another playoff run. With reduced defensive responsibilities and a focus on simply being an elite catch-and-shoot threat, Thompson can still provide a ton of value to the Mavericks as a luxury role player on a championship contending team. His clutch shooting in key moments will be crucial. And if he can maintain a 40% shooting average from three while also contributing defensively, he'll continue to be a valuable piece for Dallas. Klay Thompson's role in next season will be simplified to focus almost entirely on his elite shooting ability. His primary job will be to stretch defenses with his off-ball movement and knock down open three-pointers. With reduced playmaking and defensive responsibilities, Thompson could thrive as a luxury role player, helping to complement the Mavericks' star players and elevate their offense. If he stays healthy and efficient, he'll continue to be a major asset to the team as they chase another title. If you guys enjoyed this, I'll be posting every day during this season. I genuinely appreciate if you could subscribe. Thanks for watching.